That's okay to clap. You can clap.
Shri Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. Om Jnanatirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I'm audible?
Yes.
It's my great pleasure to be amongst the devotees here at 26 Second Avenue. Feel most disqualified to be speaking when such elite audience like Jainitai Prabhu and Yadunath Prabhu's scripts are amazing, the way he presents Krishna consciousness. So seek everyone's blessings here. For the what's Prabhuji's name?
Jayanta.
Jayanta Prabhu. Seek your blessings. Once at a pilgrimage, after a pilgrimage, there was a bus that was coming back with all the yatris. And it was a dark night and there were thunderstorms that were coming. And these thunderbolts, as they were coming, somehow they were missing the bus. They're coming very close to the bus, but then striking elsewhere. So one of the persons in the bus, he realized that I think today someone's death is written and the thunderbolt is trying to attack him, but he's not getting proper target because he's inside the bus. So let's have everyone come out of the bus so that Indra can have direct attack on the guy for whom he is sending in these thunderbolts. And one by one, everybody came out of the bus, went a little far. They made a bullseye place where you need to shoot. So one by one everybody went there. For no one the thunderbolt came. Finally there was one last person who was left. And when he went to that spot, then there was a thunderbolt that struck the bus. That came out the bus, and the entire bus, everybody died except that person who was not the target, but he was the savior. And because of him, all the thunderbolts that were coming on that bus were getting diverted. But sadly, they doubted and removed that very same person who was their savior. So long back when I heard this story, it also reflected to me. Same story happens in Kurukshetra, where Arjuna was sitting on the chariot of Krishna, and Krishna told Arjuna to get down. And usually the charioteer, the chariot driver, he gets down. But as obedient Arjuna is, Arjuna got down, and once Krishna came out, the entire thunderbolts and the whole rath cart got into flames as if there was a bomb placed. And then Arjuna was told that there are so many energies that were coming upon you, but I was protecting. Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada is like that savior who has protected all of us from so many onslaughts of Maya. And this particular 26nd Avenue, I would say, is that bus that Prabhupada brought in so many souls that just didn't have any understanding of Krishna or any interest, but somehow bounced into this place and got transformed. And there was others in New York that were looking for Krishna, that in the sense looking for a higher understanding. And then Prabhupada also gave them teachings here. So long back in 2004 when I was here, it was very divine, because His only Radhana Swami had brought in all of us to show this place. And Gaur Kumar was also there long back. So today I just thought I will share some light on how Srila Prabhupada is perfectly following in the footsteps of other great souls, because of which he has become great. Prabhupada often says, a good follower becomes a good leader. And if you are not willing to obey and take in the instructions of our superiors or spiritual masters, then we are not empowered. And the reason why Sri Prabhupada was empowered was that he had no trace of personal considerations when it came to serving the order of his Guru. Just this Janmashtami at Chopati, we were reflecting that Sri Prabhupada started his voyage to United States. This is the 60th year of Prabhupada arriving in America, and there is going to be grand celebrations. This whole month is actually a memorial, a remembrance of Prabhupada's arrival. So we were reflecting, going back to the dates, exact dates, we know what happened. So August 13th, 1965 was when Prabhupada boarded the Jaladuta in Kolkata. And August 20th was Janmashtami, 1965. And he was in Vrindavan before boarding the Jaladuta, of course Bombay, Calcutta, but he was mainly in Vrindavan. And we all know how much devotees cherish to be in Vrindavan on the day of Janmashtami. If you are given a choice, of course, removing all the crowd aspect, where would you want to be on the day of Gaur Purnima? Mayapur. Where would we want to be on the day of Jagannath Rath Yatra? Puri. And where would anyone want to be on Janmashtami? In Vrindavan. And Prabhupada left Vrindavan because he got this ticket and he didn't consider, I will miss Janmashtami. Anyway, the boats will keep coming. She had agreed, so I'll find another date. I will delay. He didn't delay. He just got on the boat, Jaladuta, and for over almost a decade, Prabhupada was in Vrindavan celebrating Janmashtami. And 65, he was on this no man's place in a boat with hardly few people, because it was a cargo ship. It was not even a manned ship. And today, September 3rd, is Radhashtami in 1965. And Prabhupada celebrates Janmashtami. Radhashtami doesn't have a big function, but he does write that today is the day of Radhashtami. So if you go back day-wise, today is that 60 years back, Prabhupada celebrating Radhashtami on board Jaladuta. And these sacrifices that Prabhupada did, innumerable sacrifices, is the only and most significant reason for all of us to get bhakti. And Prabhupada always used to quote that to understand what is dharma, what is bhakti, is not always easy. So many types of religions are there in this world. And if you come to India, then every other person, there is one man who did entire PhD on different types of tilaks in India. All types of geometries happen on the head in India. Some are big, some are small, some are long, some are... and then he did an entire, even just Vaishnav tilak, there may be at least 50 to 60 varieties of sampradayas. So amidst all this, Prabhupada, he gave us a process by which we can easily get elevated to the lotus feet of Radha Krishna. And the way he did that is by living a life of sacrifice, of devotion and of compassion for all of us. And Prabhupada always used to quote this verse from the Mahabharata, where Yudhishthir Maharaj is saying, how do we follow dharma? What is proper, what is right? If you want to know, dharmoi pratishto shrutayo vibhinna. If you go to the scriptures, you will find so many types of recommendations. Just like in a pharmacy, you will find so many medicines. So same way the scriptures, they apparently propose so many types because there are so many levels of people. Therefore, that shloka says, Mahajano yena gata sapanta. That the best way to come out of the dense delusion and confusion that's there is just to follow a soul that has traversed the path. The Bhagavad explains that in the rainy season, because of the rains, there is grass everywhere. And for you to tread the path, where to go, then usually there is something called as a forest path. Somebody who knows the way, he has walked there, then it becomes a pathway. And then you just follow that. Same way the shloka says, Mahajano yena gatasapanta. Just following in the footsteps of great souls, one will also achieve and will be able to practice dharma. Else, if one tries to use his own intelligence, it can get confusing. Long back, there was a story that I heard. A guru had told his disciples that only eat food in the mode of goodness, sattvic food. And the disciples said, okay. And when the Guru came back, he saw that the cow that was there in the Goshala was missing. And he asked his disciples, "Where is the cow?" And the disciples said, "Guru Maharaj, we followed your instructions." "How did you follow my instructions?" "You said only eat food that is in the mode of goodness." Then we thought, which animal is in the mode of goodness? And cow is in the mode of goodness, so we. No? So if we don't understand, did Guru ever eat that? No. So many times if we use our own corrupted intelligence, we can literally justify whatever we are doing is the right thing. But Prabhupada always referred to the acharyas. Here itself, there was one follower of Prabhupada who asked Prabhupada that, "Swamiji, that can I have long hair?" Because that was the trend that time. Everybody was having long hair. Because Jesus, he has long hair, Krishna has long hair, Buddha has long hair. So I would like to have long hair. So Prabhupada asked him, "Who taught you about Krishna, about Buddha?" "You, Prabhupada." "What hair do I have?" "Small hair, bald, only with a shika. So you better follow me." So many times we can come up with our own things. So Prabhupada just told us, just follow in the footsteps of the way he has followed other great souls. And Newton has this saying that the only way I can see further is because I am sitting on the giants of the shoulders. And because of that, I am able to see further. And without following our predecessors, our acharyas, we literally have no hope to practice the path of bhakti. So this Mahajana literally means a great soul, a great man. But in the Bhagavad, Yamaraj, in the 6th canto, he specifically names 12 of the great personalities in the Vedic tradition, as these are the ideal people that have tread the path of dharma properly. And if we follow them, then we are safe. Mahajano yena gata sapanta. So today I just thought I'll take these Mahajans and how Srila Prabhupada followed in the footsteps of these Mahajans, and how we can also pray to Srila Prabhupada that we follow his footsteps. So the first Mahajan, according to this list, is the first personality that existed in this universe, that is Lord Brahma, Swayambhu. And Lord Brahma, when he was born, he was just left with one instruction, tapa. And with and by sincerely following that one instruction, he brought in this entire creation. And constantly chanting that, and finally getting more and more revelation from Lord Krishna. So same way Prabhupada, he didn't get too much of association from his Guru. He just got one instruction: go to the West and spread the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the English speaking world. And Prabhupada meditated on this instruction for 40 years. How can I fulfill this order? And finally in 1965, he could come here and he transformed just by having faith in the instructions of his Guru and the holy name. And many times Prabhupada, when he was asked, "Swamiji, how did you create?" There is this story that once in Kolkata, there was a businessman who was quite surprised at the growth of Srila Prabhupada's movement ISKCON, having so many wonderful temples, all these Westerners coming and having so much property. So he, with a business mind, he asked Prabhupada, so what is the secret? And Prabhupada said, I went to Tompkins Square Park and I chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And I just chanted and the magic happened. Long back, I was one proper disciple that was told to go to, I think, somewhere in South America, Argentina, that go and preach there. And he didn't know anything there. He just landed there and he didn't know anyone there. So, what to do? How do I spread the movement? Then he remembered, what did Prabhupada do? Prabhupada sat under a tree and he chanted Hare Krishna. So he found a tree near the airport. He sat there and he started to chant the holy names. And then now there is a temple there in that country. So this is Prabhupada's, complete faith and loyalty to follow the instructions that he got. And like Brahma, just anavritti shabdat. And just by the sound he could remove. Of course, Brahmaji created the universe, and Prabhupada by sound, he destroyed the cause of our existence in this universe, and so that we could go back. And also, Brahmaji faced a lot of disappointments. It's not that whatever Brahma did, his first children, Kumaras, they didn't obey Prabhupada. They didn't obey Brahma. But Brahmaji was patient. So Prabhupada also was extremely patient. He never kind of forced anyone, but he inspired devotees. He inspired people to come and help him. Therefore, for a year, I think for months, he was just cooking and serving the Sunday feast and not asking for help. And then it was some of the followers who thought, Swamiji is all alone, an old man. Let us help him. And when they went to help Prabhupada, Prabhupada said, I was waiting, somebody will ask this question. I think Prabhupada's mother or somebody was practicing Maunavrat, being quiet. And one day his child asked him, Mother, why are you quiet? And then mother said, I was waiting one day, you'll ask me this question so I can break my vow of silence, because I was praying that my child may be a very good orator, speaker. So Brahma faced a lot of disappointments, obstacles, but he never deterred in his goal of serving. Same way Srila Prabhupada did that. And we all come in Brahma Sampradaya, and the son of Brahma, who is also a great Mahajan, is Narada Muni. And with Narada Muni and Prabhupada, there are so many stories, so many ways in which we can discuss this. Of course, the first way is how Prabhupada made Krishna consciousness so relevant and appealing to all types of people that were coming. There was one of the hippies that time, who asked Swamiji, what is the spiritual world? And to him, Prabhupada said, spiritual world is an ocean of LSD. And LSD is something that they are used to, something that gives them high. And the topics also, stay high forever. For those times and the things that were happening. So same way Prabhupada, like Narada Muni, very innovative. Narada Muni, for different types of people, for some he presented very philosophically, for some he presented the stories, for people like Valmiki, he was so fallen, Valmiki, he couldn't even chant the name of Rama. So he just said, you chant Mara. And slowly he would chant Rama. So Narada Muni also was cursed by the Prachini Barishad because all his sons were being made brahmacharis, not just the Haryashvas, the 10,000 of them. And Prabhupada even mentions this in that purport, that just like Narada Muni was cursed that he cannot stay in any place more than 3 days, same way the parents of my disciples seem to have cursed me, that therefore I am constantly traveling city after city. And just like Narada Muni utilized his curse to spread bhakti to so many people, same way I am utilizing the curse to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. I was recently, in our ashram, we were discussing this point about Brahmaji. Just like Brahmaji faced disappointments. So in 1968, 69 and 70s, Prabhupada had set up the International Society for Krishna Consciousness very solidly in America. Especially he wanted to make Rukmini Dwarkadish as his headquarters in LA, Los Angeles, the entire DT, how the DT service is standard, the BBT, and everything started to happen there. And as Prabhupada was envisioning to make that more and more, suddenly he faced this disappointment that some of Prabhupada's disciples, when they had gone to some of his other god brothers, they came back and they started to minimize Prabhupada's position. They, in the printing matter, they removed his divine grace. They removed Prabhupada, because that kind of was put in them that these are only for Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. Your guru is using them inappropriately. And some of the Prabhupada's disciples, they got affected. And they started to minimize Prabhupada's position. And then in Rath Yatra, they did not let Prabhupada sit in the Subhadra's cart. Prabhupada, under Subhadra there used to be asana. So they did not let Prabhupada sit. So after so much of sacrifice and efforts, when this entire movement came up in United States to a position where it was spreading far and wide, hundreds of books being distributed, Prabhupada's was being minimized, and Prabhupada really felt hurt. And at that time, what did he do? He thought maybe Krishna wants me to focus on other aspects also, and that it was at that time that Prabhupada went to India. And Prabhupada started to spend more time in India developing Bombay, Mayapur, Vrindavan. And yes, even in the lives of great souls, sometimes there are difficulties, tragedies come, because Krishna, now that you have established this robustly here, but also in other parts of the world, I want you to focus. Prabhupada glad, although hurt, but then he utilized that time, not kind of forcing devotees to make him as the prominent. Of course, he did speak about it, but going to India and establishing. And then later years, when we know that how when in the 80s, when there was difficulties here, it was India, the ISKCON in India that was going strong. And then Prabhupada made this entire world such a strong place for bhakti that somewhere or other there is a strong presence and the other things can be lifted up. So greatness doesn't mean that we will not face difficulties. Greatness means how we tackle the difficulties that come. And this is what we can learn from Prabhupada. And the next Mahajan is Lord Shiva. We have so many points, but we need to cover and conclude by in 10 minutes. This is just like a thread that all devotees can numerate on, think on, and kind of list different things that Prabhupada followed in the footsteps. Okay, let me be little interactive. How did Prabhupada follow in the footsteps of Lord Shiva?
He was devotional to Krishna.
He's devotional to Krishna.
Like, yeah, this
Yes.
devotion to Krishna.
Any other?
He took all the pain himself. He swallowed all the
Yeah,
poison.
he swallowed the poison so that the world can get nectar. Just like Shiva stays in crematoriums, the most and shelters the most fallen, those who hobgoblins, ghosts who don't even have a body. Prabhupada sheltered and literally came of all places in New York. He came and stayed in Bowery side, the Lower East side. And even now, it's a challenge to walk around Bowery. I tried that long back. Even now it's a challenge. You can get surprises anywhere here in this part. So constant lives, you said, all most dedicated and devoted to Krishna, and say friend of the fallen. He didn't see. We have the amazing example of Crazy Peter, this devotee in Boston who was literally looking like homeless, but Prabhupada allowed him to stay, continue to stay, even when there were requests that we want to remove him. Prabhupada said, let him stay. And that Crazy Peter later became Kushakrita Prabhu, and one of BBT editors. He translated so many of Sanskrit literatures into English. So, and Lord Shiva, in touch with material energy but not affected. So Prabhupada, he was in the United States, but many people that come, they gradually adopt all the practices here. The Swamiji, you need to learn how to eat with the spoon. But Prabhupada said, this is my spoon. And one devotee long back, he said, spoon means S-P-O-O-N. So made them eat with hands, sit on the floor, get up in the morning, take cold showers. So in touch with material energy. In Tanzania, when Prabhupada was asked by a reporter, Swamiji, who do you want to be the king? He said, no, I don't want to be the king. I'll be the kingmaker. And then the four Kumaras were these four children of sons of Brahma, and they are also considered as Mahajans. Although there are four, they are counted as one. Else it will be 16 Mahajans or maybe 15 Mahajans. So the four Kumaras, they symbolize simplicity like a child, childlike simplicity, but erudite in scholarship. And Prabhupada also was having such simplicity that we know this story that once at the airport when there was an announcement, all devotees should move from one particular area to another place. Then Prabhupada also got up and started to move. And then that leader came and said, Swami Prabhupada, not you. We are asking the other devotees. Then Prabhupada said, am I not a devotee? You said devotees should move. So having and right here and I think other places for using the washroom, Prabhupada used to stand in line along with his disciples. It's not that I am the guru, so let me go ahead. Standing in line with others to take bath. So and defeating all the wrong philosophies and taking us to the highest platform of Vedanta. That's why Prabhupada is known as Bhakti Vedanta Swami. One who coupled high scholarship with devotion. Because usually, if devotion is seen as sentimentalism, and scholarship is where you are very, uh, laid back and you think a lot. But Prabhupada coupled this both, being very active, happy, enthusiastic in kirtan, dancing. At the same time, the moment he sat on the Vyasasana and started to speak, I was just reading the biography of one of Prabhupada's disciples, Krishnadas Goswami. And he was in London, and he had already got initiated, and his guru, just like Prabhupada was told by his guru, go to West and preach, his guru back in India, who was also Vaishnava, told him, go and preach in London. So he had come to London and he was trying to preach. That time he met Prabhupada. And when he met Prabhupada, he was so enchanted and with the philosophy that, and Prabhupada told him, we are doing both the same thing, why don't you join ISKCON? And then he read Prabhupada's books, and that gave him such conviction. And then he wrote to his guru that, Gurudev, whatever you have given me, Swamiji is giving me in much more streamlined way, and I would want to help him. Please give me blessings. And obviously he gave blessings, and then he joined Prabhupada as a sannyasi. And he was with Bhakti Tirtha Swami a lot. If you see Bhakti Swami's video with Nelson Mandela, you will see another sannyasi. That is Krishnadas Goswami. So Prabhupada convinced even those who are very close to the Vaishnavism to fully be with Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And many people in Sri Vaishnava in South India, when they read Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, they say this is just like our Sampradaya Acharya, Ramanujacharya's book, the Sri Bhashya. And then Kapila, again, he was the establisher of Sankhya philosophy. And Sankhya means in current to count, and that in today's parlance is called as science. And Prabhupada, how he communicated, he established Bhaktivedanta Institute to show to the world that how the highest science is devotion service, and within this everything else is included, Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, and made the bhakti so simple that Prabhupada disciples could speak to others about Mayavad just with the example of Rasgulla and something else. It is not the same. So sticking to the parampara, and just like Lord Kapila established Sankhya, Prabhupada established the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy strongly everywhere. And Swayambhuva Manu, the sixth Mahajan, he is known for giving the mankind the entire system by which the humanity can go from dharma, artha, kama, moksha. There are four these steps. And Prabhupada, he gave the book as books, he gave ISKCON, he gave us the entire system by which any person, once he comes to the movement and practices, he gets gradually elevated. And another great quality about Manu is that he was a king, he was having so many he was a grahastha, but the moment he married of his daughter Devahuti, he completely resigned himself to be absorbed in Srimad Bhagavatam and Harikatha. So same way Prabhupada, once he established the movement, he was constantly saying that I want to write more books and I want to be absorbed. And all night, every night, he used to translate these books being absorbed in Harikatha. And we know that story that Radhanath Swami Maharaj tells on the day of Janmashtami in Vrindavan. At 12 o'clock, Prabhupada asked all the disciples to read Krishna book. And they were all waiting for Krishna feast. But Prabhupada was absorbed in Krishna. And next Mahajan is Prahlad. If any of you have seen a recent movie, Mahavatar Narsimha. So fearless. So amidst this entire opposition and such materialism, to able to spread bhakti, and Prabhupada totally humbled himself and he wrote, when he came to Boston, always thought Prabhupada got down in Boston, but the ship had docked in Boston for a while. Prabhupada got down, took a tour, again boarded the Jaladuta, and then the Jaladuta came, and after 3 days, I think September 19th, it came to New York, and New York was the last stop where Prabhupada actually got down, and from here he went to the Penn Station and went to Butler, Pennsylvania for 2 weeks. And then October, again he came back to meet Dr. Mishra, and the cold of New York, he was here. And place where he was staying, that didn't even have a washroom initially. The washroom was only in Dr. Mishra's his office, or where his yoga studio, which was 2-3 blocks away. So just for an old man, 70 plus, just for washroom, a urinal, any time of the day or night, he had to walk 3-4 blocks to go and attend. So such kind of difficulties Prabhupada faced to establish this movement. And Prabhupada was like Prahlad, fearless, just like Prahlad was sitting in the lap of Hiranyakashipu and speaking, Tas sadhu banne asuravarya dehina. Say Prabhupada, he didn't get deterred. Honestly, sometimes when we see the grandness of material advancement, we can get enamored. And Brahmanandpur tells a story that once Prabhupada was in Beverly Hills, he was walking along with Prabhupada, and he was getting enamored by all these Beverly Hills, all these mansions. And Prabhupada, he was having a nonchalant look. At one time, he just cleared his mouth, his throat, and just spat at one place. And that was very symbolic for Brahmanand Prabhu, that don't get enamored by all this. And we know recently when the forest fires were there in California, everything just becomes ashes. Janak Maharaj, detached king, he was willing to use everything, Yukta Vairagya, being having all this property and things under him, but never getting influenced. There was one photo of a guru who was saying no to money. Like there was a lot of cash, and that photo had become very popular in India. And when this photo was shown to Prabhupada, he said, "Bring lot of money, take my photo like this." That being with the energy, material energy, but being totally detached, because his only thought was, how can I utilize in Krishna's service? So like Bhishma, even on deathbed, giving instructions for the welfare to the Pandavas. So Prabhupada was reciting the Bhaktivedanta purports, translating even on deathbed like Bhishma. And then like Bali Maharaj, complete surrender to the lotus feet of his Guru. And it said, Prabhupada said, Krishna tested me twice. Once by taking everything away from me. Before, in 1965, I literally had nothing. Just for a pair of dhoti kurta, Prabhupada had to write a letter to the mutt in charge, and he denied. He will not grant you dhoti kurta. And then, second time, Prabhupada said, Krishna tested by giving me everything. And in both circumstances, Prabhupada passed the test by utilizing every situation in serving Krishna. And like Shukadeva Goswami, completely absorbed in Bhagavatam, And although he used to have so many ecstasies, he never exhibited. So Shukadeva Goswami, no, he was a great devotee of Radharani. But never he spoke the name of Radha because that would have made him go into ecstasy. So many times Prabhupada used to be next, like one time, Prabhupada was looking into in the garden and he was crying. And Bhagavan Prabhu, he asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, why are you crying? So Prabhupada said, I was seeing Krishna in the garden. This was in LA. I was seeing Krishna in the garden. So hearing that, Bhagavan Prabhu started to cry. So Prabhupada asked, why are you crying? So Bhagavan Prabhu said, I am able to see a person who is seeing Krishna. So how fortunate I am, therefore I am crying. So if you can just cry like that Prabhupada has such intimate association of Krishna and we are fortunate. So Shukadeva Goswami, but Prabhupada very rarely did he exhibit these transcendent ecstasies. Last one is Yamaraj. Yamaraj is also Mahajan. So upholder of Dharma, and even in Yamaloka, when the Yamadutas came, Yamaraj was preaching them Bhagavatam. So same way Prabhupada, to the lowest of consciousness people, he was elevating them. He was looking for a chance. There was a race car winner, a car driver who came and he was discussing with Prabhupada about cars. And as Prabhupada was talking to him about cars, he asked Prabhupada asked him, so are there accidents in this racing? Yes, there are accidents. So what happens? So he dies. So who dies? So through that racing discussion, Prabhupada started to preach to him about bhakti, about how we are not the body is like a car, we have to take it to the right place. And like Yamaraj in the form of Vidura, when he faced disturbances from his family was hurtful to him, he just utilized that time to fully absorb himself. So same way Prabhupada, he didn't, when his family was not supporting him, he went to Vrindavan, he took sannyas and fully dedicated himself to uphold and preach dharma. So in this way, we can see how Prabhupada follows in the footsteps of Mahajans. It's a very short time to fully narrate all the stories, but all devotees can add much more. But thought I'll leave this reflection in this assembly and pray to Prabhupada that we all can follow in his footsteps and not speculate what Prabhupada wants, but really be guided by his disciples in practicing bhakti. Hare Krishna.
Vraj Mohan Prabhu ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai. Thank you very much for a wonderful discourse, Prabhu. Would you mind leading us in kirtan now?
Yes.
Okay, just 5 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll have kirtan, we'll have stand-up kirtan so we can get on your feet, sing and dance, have a good time, and then prasadam will be served. What's your preference? Kartal. Hands facing you, or-
Stand up, stand up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Saved Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Vraj Mohan, Prabhu ki
Jai.
Thank you so much for coming and speaking to us once again. So just a brief announcement, just we are here every Wednesday evening at 6:30. So please come back. Next week, we may have a speaker for you. It's not confirmed yet, but there's a good chance for a speaker next week. The next speaker after that is on the 24th of September, His Grace Govinda Krishna Prabhu from Kurukshetra. So please be posted if you're not on the Bhakti Center WhatsApp group and would like to be, and then you're up on all Bhakti Center stuff and also 26 2nd Avenue stuff. You can see Baba Bhakti over here, and she can put you on that list. Once again, thank you for coming. Now, Prashadam is being served. Prashadam, sanctified foodstuffs. It's Ekadasi today, so it is Ekadasi friendly. It's also vegan. So please take your full satisfaction. Srila Prabhupada ki!